In the last episodes, we cruised down Endicott Arm, into the entrance at Ford's Terror, all the way up to the Arm, where we anchored for a few days. In this episode, let's explore the anchorage in this majestic location with our friends aboard SV Fern, Ryan, Melissa, and their 18-month-old son, Harrison. We go to explore the East Arm after anchoring, only to discover we can't quite get there yet.
But you know, we can go to the island and reconnaissance.
Yeah.
Perfectly square.
Yeah.
One of the many avalanches we witnessed while we were in the bay. It doesn't make it all the way to the water. Footprints in the snow. I wonder who or what. And it's what, 2 feet thick? There's my boot. Yeah, it's at least knee thick. Oh, yeah.
There's just lines back up in here. Some coming from way over back here. We visit the East Arm again at high tide when we can actually get through. We see an avalanche cascading into the water ahead.
Oh, I hear something breaking. Maybe it's
All the ice in the water.
Yeah.
It's like churning it up. You can smell the sea smell.
Yeah, you can. Here's the early morning view. The sun's just starting to come up.
This one had something break off since high tide. Yeah.
Today we head to the entrance of Ford's Terror to check it out at low water.
We're in 20 feet of water, so I'm...
Maybe it is. Sometimes when they're grounded, you know, there's like a shot. Because it's low tide. Well, maybe it is because you can see that kind of like line where it melted and then it.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
You think that's the high tide line?
Yeah.
That could be. Yep.
Oh yeah, you can see the ground here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it does look
23
grounded.
feet.
Big one.
Wow.
Iceberg.
Here's an iceberg. We are at the entrance to Ford's Terror. There's the waterfall that is really actually pretty important in navigating your way through. Here in front of us is the first shoal, and then behind it you can see a second shoal. And then on our way through, yet a third shoal over on the far side with some calm water behind it. And the current is still going through the narrows over where Jim and the others are. And that's where we worked our way through during high slack. This is low water, supposedly slack, so we are a little bit early. It's still ebbing out. like any of that is gonna. Oh, you know what I should try is putting it underwater by the berg and see what the berg looks like underwater.
Okay, hold on tight.
Pull your sleeve up a little bit.
What?
You might pull your
Oh,
sleeve up
yeah.
a little bit.
That could be helpful. Okay, this is all going to be very wiggly. We'll just know that once it's wiggly, it's when we get close to the underwater view. Ooh, look underneath. Oh, with the sun shining in this direction, that's really cool. Are you going to go under that?
Right here.
It was so graceful. Okay, now we can go.
I stopped it.
Yeah, you did.
I don't want to bounce off of it though, Rose.
Okay, I've got you.
I don't know if it has any like sharpness.
Well,
It has drippies.
it definitely has drippies.
Oh, I'm glad I caught that.
He set up shit. I was like, what does he see?
Yeah, I know. I was looking forward.
I'm thinking, oh, that's not going to clear. Oh, the sunshine is so nice.
So nice. The slack tide totally has to do with the freshwater runoff.
Yeah.
Like, the time of year affects it just as much as the time of tide.
Yeah. There is a seal or something floating in with everything else. So it's
Yeah.
definitely flowing in.
Oh, it
now.
is. I can see the
Yeah.
the kelp on the bottom is all leaning that way.
Oh, yeah.
Look at all the waterfalls off the sides. Goes out. Look how teeny they are. You can I don't even think I can hardly make them out. And look at how majestic all this is.
On our departure day, we were anchor up at 5 a.m. to hit the right high water slack tide to exit Ford's Terror. Don't know if you can see it in the camera ahead, but it looks like it's going to be not only beautiful and clear today, but a little bergy bit world here in Endicott Arm. No big icebergs, but lots of little guys floating around everywhere.
All right, Jim, what are you up to?
Barkley and I are copying all the video from yesterday from Ford's Terror onto the big hard drive. And
But you're hanging out in the cockpit.
Yeah, I'm looking out the back.
It's kind of, actually,
A little feisty.
it does look a little feisty out here. Look at that.
But it's perfect sitting here.
Yeah, it looks okay. So, anyway. All right, I'm going back to it. Right, Barkley? Yep. Well, thanks for joining us on our trip to Ford's Terror. For those of you who are curious but never checked the rectangle of knowledge, Ford's Terror was named after a crewman in 1899 who rode into the arm during slack tide and then spent 6 terrifying hours trying to get out. So hence the name Ford's Terror.
Anyway, we really hope you enjoyed that kind of 3 video series on Ford's Terror. Truly a magical, challenging and rewarding place to go boating and anchoring. And that's also, besides wrapping up Ford's Terror this video, it's going to wrap up our Alaska winter cruising series. And it's been quite a winter. And let's just phrase it by saying, probably won't see another Alaska winter cruising series from Sea Venture. Been there, done that. That's going to be our approach to Alaska in the winter. It's been great, but it's done. So time to move on into spring and summer cruising. We've got lots going on. And really hope you're continuing to enjoy the videos. We'll continue to film and edit as time allows and post. The real challenge up here is post where there's adequate internet to do so. And that's few and far between, but we'll keep doing our best to share with you when we can.
So until then.
Yeah, but don't, Q&A coming up.
Yep.
Haven't done a Q&A in a while, so we thought it was time to get a good Q&A with some often asked recent questions. So until next time, wishing you no wind and flat seas. Bye, everybody. Well, hi everyone. We haven't done a Q&A in a while, so we thought it was a good time to answer some recent questions that have been asked quite a bit. So let's get right into it. First question's about the bulbous bow that we added. And why is it flooded with seawater, and what about stuff growing inside of it? Well, the bulb does have, for you that watch that series, a hole drilled in the top and the bottom, so it's flooded with seawater. That weight is an important dynamic of how the whole thing works to reduce pitching, and seawater inside seems to be just fine. You know, for stuff to grow, it needs light and moving water, and there's not too much of either. And what we've understood from people that have, frankly, just the boats that have crashed into things and had to have the bulbous bow redone, that the insides remained looking pretty good. And there's a way to kind of clean it out and kill any little thing that might be in there when the boat comes out of the water. So apparently what we've understood is that's not really a problem. The other question about the bulbous bow that we're getting a lot of is, how's it working? And the answer to that is great. It seems to have reduced pitching by about 50% and slowed that motion down quite a bit. So we're really happy with the results of the bulbous bow. So going on to another area where we've had a lot of questions recently is related to our Coast Guard boarding. And a lot of those questions have been pretty interesting. Clearly there's some uncertainty about the Coast Guard boarding your vessel, and if they require a search warrant or probable cause. And the answer to those questions is no. The Coast Guard does not and never has. It's not how maritime law works. And I've been asked enough about that. I've actually put together kind of a standardized response to that. So if you'd like to see the full response and a couple links, they're available in the comment section on that YouTube video. And I'll also, when we have adequate internet, add those to the Q&A section on the website, cruisingseaventure.com. So that may give you some more information about that. But the long and the short of it is, the Coast Guard does not require a probable cause to come aboard your vessel or a search warrant or anything like that. They never have. We're an American flagged vessel. The Coast Guard operates around the world, and I think a lot of people didn't necessarily understand that. And they can board a U.S. flagged vessel anywhere in the world. And they need some permissions from foreign countries if they're in foreign country waters, but virtually all countries provide the U.S. Coast Guard that permission. Personally, we welcome them aboard, and to look at that from a different perspective of the Coast Guard, the reality is those exact same folks that boarded Sea Venture when we were in Stevens Passage are the ones who will, without reservation, risk their lives if we make a Mayday call. And when they're doing these safety inspections, you're not going to get a ticket or a fine or anything. They're just going to ask you to fix anything when possible that is deficient. And I don't think, frankly, that's asking very much. Since they're willing to risk their lives, the least we can do is make sure we work with them to make sure we've done everything to help us help ourselves and to help them help us. That's the way we look at it. We welcome their advice and their insight, and they're looking over our shoulder and double checking our work to make sure that we've got everything in order. That's my opinion regarding the Coast Guard boardings. We're just really happy to have them there. Remember, most of the world don't have such a thing, and we're happy to see them out there and helping us help ourselves. Well, that's going to wrap up this short Q&A, and I'll keep working on trying to add Q&As to videos as we move forward. But we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Check out our website if you want more info and all those kind of great things. See ya.